There have been some rumors going around about a final Witcher 3 DLC that have been going around for the last year or so, and when I looked into it before, it seemed pretty unclear. It's something that I want to happen, but I wasn't going to let that cloud my judgment. But we've had some things that have built up over time, and now I'm not so sure that it's not happening. It might be. The most recent hint that something like this could be happening is from an earnings call shared by someone on X. In the call, the CFO of CD Projekt said they have over 100 people working on an unannounced project from Fool's Theory. If you don't know, Fool's Theory is a company that not only worked on their own game called The Thaumaturge, but is also working on The Witcher remake, which I'm super excited for, but that one is very likely to be some time away. From the sounds of the earnings call, they're saying that whatever this unannounced project is, it could be released in the coming year, that is in 2026. The original leaks from back in June suggested that this new Witcher 3 DLC would be some sort of link between the two games. It would serve as a bridge from Witcher 3 to Witcher 4. And now, on putting all of this together, I'm actually starting to believe in the possibility, at least a little bit, because really there isn't anything else that makes a lot of sense. It needs to be something that they would see as a relatively sure thing by the way that they worded it, because it sounds like they're counting on it to make them a decent amount of money, considering what they said in the call. A sure thing would have to mean that it's related to a current IP, which would mean that it's either The Witcher related or Cyberpunk related, and all of the leaks are leaning towards The Witcher side of the spectrum. There haven't been any similar links to Cyberpunk that I've seen. In my experience, once you get a certain amount of leaks and rumors, you are often approaching the truth in the gaming space. So it's definitely possible that these rumors and leaks could be accurate, and it all makes a little too much sense to me. So let's get it a bit speculative. What exactly would a new Witcher 3 DLC even look like? Since it likely connects the two games, I would assume that would be more focused on Ciri than it would be Geralt, but I'm unsure that they would have you taking up the mantle of Ciri throughout an entire DLC expansion. That isn't out of the question, obviously, because throughout The Witcher 3 you do control Ciri at different points. If I had to guess, I would say that you still play as Geralt because they would want to have their passing of the torch moment. At some point in that DLC, they have to show Geralt being moved on, which is a bit sad for me in a lot of ways. I played the original Witcher game all the way through all of the Witcher 3 expansions, so I feel almost protective of Geralt as a character in some ways. Part of me just doesn't want to see him go, and I wasn't completely convinced of Ciri as the main character for The Witcher 4 when I first saw it. I've warmed up to the idea quite a bit since that first reaction, but I still think it would be cool to get all new characters that don't have the same ties to the old story. Maybe this DLC could be good for convincing everyone that she's the perfect new main character for the next upcoming Witcher trilogy. I'd like to see the beginnings of what her character will become, the way that she does things, how different it is from the way that Geralt does things. We saw some of that in The Witcher 3 already, but there's still a lot there. Obviously, there's enough for an entire fourth game with her as the protagonist, and I assume she'll stay that for the next two games after that. Regardless of whether this unannounced project is related to The Witcher 3, I'm just very interested to see what they're doing. The Thaumaturge was quite an interesting game that was a bit underappreciated, I think, so it seems like Fool's Theory can do some fun things if they're given the resources to do those fun things. I wouldn't expect a formal announcement, say, at the Game Awards, but I guess you never know. Maybe we'll hear a bit more than the whispers we've had very soon. But for more videos about RPGs of all kinds, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.